Please welcome to the stage your host, Garrett Van Manen.
All right. Hello, folks. Hello. Welcome to the best ever conference. Thank you all so much for coming out. How we feeling in here? How we feeling today? Best ever. All right. Okay. All right. Quick show of hands. Who is a first-timer here to the best ever conference? All right. A lot of hands in there. And this is not their first time. Can I get quick? Hey. Okay. Sounds like we're a little bit sleepy in here. That's okay. Either from lots of flights or lots of fun. That's all right either way. But we're going to bring the energy up in here a little bit. All right. So on three. All right. On three, I want to see 2 claps. 1, 2, 3. That's all right, but we're real estate people, and I know we don't follow instructions very well. We're going to try that one more time. 1, 2, 3. Oh, perfect. I'm so excited to be here with you folks. I want to thank you all for taking the time to come to Salt Lake City, to come to the Best Ever Conference. We are in our 9th year of this commercial real estate conference. If you could see how it's grown, if you could see the companies that started at this conference back in Best Ever 1, 2, and 3, the way that they've grown today. And a lot of people, they're coming here and they're looking for answers to their questions. They're looking for their next underwriter, their next deal, some capital, a loan, whatever it may be. The answer for your commercial real estate questions is in this room somewhere. So I want everyone to take a second, set your intention, think a little bit, and say, what did I want to get from these next 2.5 days? How do I make this 2.5 days as valuable for me, for my business, as I possibly can? That's one of the most important things that we can do for ourselves in commercial real estate. So we've got a long day of programming. We're going to be up here on stage. We've got Mr. Jay Parsons. If you've ever been on LinkedIn, you type in commercial real estate, you've probably seen a book-long post from Jay Parsons talking all about commercial real estate economics and breaking it down in a way that at least makes sense to me. And he's going to be up here giving us a keynote about what's going on in commercial real estate, kind of giving us an outlook on the future, which is incredibly exciting because we all have questions and we're all asking ourselves, how can we maximize our business in 2025? That's why we have this conference early in the year so that we can get answers to our questions, use the rest of the year building our businesses, making smart decisions with our capital, raising money, being great operators, being great investors, building our teams and our organizations. I want to thank our sponsors who make this whole thing possible, PPR, Appfolio, and then tonight at 8 p.m. we have the best ever party. We keep the show rolling. After all this learning and networking that you do today, we kind of let our hair down a little bit. That's sponsored by Trevor McGregor Coaching. Thank you so much, Trevor McGregor. And thank you to all of you who choose to come to the Best Ever Conference, spend time with us here, and do some learning. I want to welcome up someone very special to me to the stage, one of my good friends, my business partner, Mr. Ben Lapidus.
All right. Good morning, Best Ever Conference. How we doing this morning? All right, I appreciate you, Garrett. You got him a little primed. We're going to have to get there. Garrett and I are going to be your hosts for this week morning, first half of this week, and I'm very excited to be with you all today. Can we get, Chrissy, can we get the doors open on the sides? I know that we don't like having that sound in here, but just to let some folks know, hey, we're getting started because we got the big guns coming out in just a few minutes, and I know folks aren't going to want to miss them. All right, so Best Ever Conference. Here we are in year 9. We did it. We stayed alive till 25. Woo! We're here. We're alive. We made it. Best Ever is in its 9th year. I would have never expected when we got this thing started 9 years ago that we'd still be relevant today. But it seems like we are, even though we've had a bit of a tough couple of years. LPs, you guys have had capital calls. You've had paused distributions, in some cases some brazen Ponzi schemes, right? I mean, I've participated in at least 2 myself, unfortunately. And GPs, we've been told for the last 15 years, well, money is easy when deals are hard, and deals are easy when money is hard. But here we are in this special little bubble, lucky us. Deals are hard and money is hard, right? I mean, there's just no easy answers right now. So we stayed alive till 25. I kind of want to give something a go. Let's be the trendsetters right now and pick the next tagline for LinkedIn. So I'm going to throw up a poll. I kind of want to see where our audience is at, where our community is at before we get going over the next couple of days. So I'm going to throw up this poll. What's our catchphrase for 2026? Go ahead and scan to join. Are we going to get rich in 26, guys? Is that what we're doing here? Is that why we're here? Or are we going to wait for the fix in 26? Just kind of chill, be Jeremy Roll for the last 6-7 years, and just keep on chilling, waiting for somebody else to come fix it. Or fuck, are we shitting bricks in 26? Excuse my language, but you're going to keep hearing it from me. I hope that's okay with all of y'all. So are we going to get rich in 26? Are we going to wait for the fix in 26? Are we going to shit bricks in 26? Yikes. 30 seconds. Let's see what we think. I see only a few phones out. I'd like to be statistically significant, okay? I'm a data guy. I'd like to be statistically significant, so I need to see at least 50 phones up for my statistical significance. Let's give it 15 more seconds, Nathan. Are we going to get rich in 26? Are we going to wait for the fix in 26? Or are we going to oops in 26? What do we think is going to happen? How are we navigating the next 3 days? We are setting our intention. We're setting our mentality for why we are here for the next 2 days. 10, 9, few more seconds. Nathan, how many answers we got back there? Shout it out. All right, let's close it up in 3, 2, 1. What do we got? Okay, we got a positive crowd. We're getting rich in 26. So this is where we're at. Now listen, regardless of where you are in your investing career, as a passive or active investor over the last 24 months, it's been a lot. And I think that whenever there's a lot going on, the best thing to do is to take a knee, assess the environment, be grateful for the challenges that we've had, because that's the pressure cooker that makes us better at what we are, and focus on can you go back to my deck, Nathan? Focus on our why. Always start with why. And I think we're good to close those doors now, Kristen. Thank you. Focus on our why. Our why helps us set our intention for why we're here. If you've shown up, you've made an investment. You've said, I'm going to take some time away from the kids. I'm going to take some time away from the business. I'm going to come. I'm going to learn. I'm going to network. There should be a point to it. If you're showing up here just because you think you want to be seen on the scene or just to kind of check it out, that's cool. No judgment. That's totally fair. But if you set your intention, if you think about why you're here, you're going to get more utility out of it. It's kind of that old adage, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? I can invite all of you here. Best Ever Conference can invite all of you here. But if we don't set our intention, we're not going to get as much out of it as we otherwise could. So let's set our why. And we just kind of did that. We just kind of talked about we're going to get rich in 26. For me, my why is establishing some type of, well, actually, I'm sorry. I'm going to reverse. I'm not going to talk about my why first. I'm going to talk about your guys' why. I'd like to hear it. If anybody's got the gravitas to kind of yell it out, what's your why? Why are you here? Anybody got the gravitas? Is it time freedom? Any time freedom folks out there? Time freedom. How about any geo freedom? Yeah? How about just freedom to have fuck you money? All right, cool. Freedom to spend time with your kids or your loved ones. Freedom to work on the things that you're passionate about. Freedom to get involved in your community and not feel like you're running the capitalistic rat race, if you will, right? Freedom, is that a good central word? I've been thinking a little bit about freedom lately, if that's your why. For me, freedom has been an interesting concept. I think regardless of what's going on politically, if you're in the prosperity is back in America or you're in a constitutional crisis, regardless of your perspective on that, one thing seems to be kind of clear in the data, which is income is growing twice as fast for the 0.1%, and wealth is growing 5 times as fast for the 0.1%. And that's interesting because when those things happen, when there's a little bit of a runaway in the top 0.1%, there's lower class mobility, there's lower social mobility. And the Best Ever Conference for me is a reservoir, an oasis, in a pool of shrinking oceans of class and social mobility. So if you're here, my job, my role, is to offer more ladders, more opportunities wherever you are in life, whether you're in the I'm still trying to make it, or the okay, I'm safe, or I've gotten past safe and now I'm here to just manage and I want to help others get along there with me. Wherever you're at in your career, my job is to help facilitate that amongst you. So there's a book called On Freedom by Timothy Snyder. I'm a little bit of a philosophy nerd. So this is a philosopher that talks about freedom, and he says individual freedom has 3 main components to it: sovereignty, unpredictability, and mobility. That mobility is the third piece. Sovereignty is the freedom to act as an individual and make your own choices. Unpredictability is the freedom to explore, to not conform to where you're at. And mobility is the opportunity to move along, to not be constrained by those that are not the natural, objective environment. So over the years, Best Ever Conference has been able to help each other. We've been able to build community, and several companies, some of these names you might recognize, have been built out of this conference. They've either met here, or they've come together here, or they have gotten their, Best Ever has in some way impacted some of these companies. There's just a handful. These are just the stories that I've been told. I didn't get permission, so nobody take a picture to use this and send, tell Ellie Perlman that I put her logo up here. But these are the stories that I've received. So if you're here, regardless of your journey, if you're the guy that is receiving a helping hand or gal, or if you're the guy or gal that's given a helping hand on that mountain, don't pull the ladder up behind you. Let's be part of the community here. So my why. Best Ever Conference is growing up a little bit. It's been 9 years. It's been a fun party the last 9 years. We've all had a pretty good ride from 2016 when we first got started through 2 years ago. And we've had a little bit of challenge in the last 2 years, just as a real estate investing community. Deals and money, both hard. But if you have money, equities isn't looking any nicer. Commodities isn't looking any nicer. Where's the money going to go? I still think alternatives is a great place for it. I think the Best Ever Conference is where we need to be. So I want to talk about where Best Ever Conference is going a little bit. Just give me 5 minutes to talk about it, and then we're going to get this show on the road so you know what I'm here to do, because I want to hear from you over the next 2 days on what we should be doing to support you all. So that's why we're here. Best Ever Conference's mission is to be the most impactful community for active and passive commercial real estate investors. Pretty clear mission. We want to be the most impactful community, whether you're a GP or an LP, with a focus on commercial real estate. And how are we going to do that? We want to deliver the most high-quality, shareable insights from engaging storytellers, whether that's in an exclusive environment on this stage. Anybody excited for Jay Parsons? Yeah, I'm pretty excited for Jay too. We want to deliver the most high-quality, engaging insights, sound bites, wisdom nuggets from engaging storytellers. We want to facilitate friendships, facilitate friendships between high achievers and high earners. Friendships being the operative word there. So we're not here to hand out business cards and get 1,000 of them and hand out 1,000 of them. If you can sit down and have one heartfelt conversation with an open heart and an open mind with someone that changes the direction of your portfolio or your business, you've made a great return on your time and a great return on your investment. One relationship is all it takes. And the collisions per capita here is the reason that you show up, because of the concentration of that opportunity to have that one conversation. We want to promote creative execution in the commercial real estate space across all asset types by having a diverse set of opinions on stage on how to get things done. We don't want the same rinse and repeat multifamily value add play. If you're doing it, that's cool. Hopefully you've got something unique about the way you're doing it. But if you're converting hotels to apartments, that's cool too. If you're getting out of the storage game and you're building garage condos, that's me. That's cool too. Little plug. We want to have promote creative execution so that we can all win. We want to maximize, is the most important one to me, connection. Maximize collisions per capita. Collisions per capita. That's why we've got a tight space with a lot of y'all in it. Maximize, and I see some folks in the back. We got lots of chairs in the front here, so don't be shy to come on up and take a seat if that's more comfortable for you. Maximize collisions per capita to deliver more capital, more friendships, more partnerships, and more deals. And we want to level your game up. Whether you're a GP or an LP, we want to level you up. Okay, so how are we doing that? What are the assets that we have? How are we delivering it to you? The Best Ever CRE show. Who heard about Best Ever Conference through a guy named Joe Fairless on a podcast? Okay, less than I would have thought. Who's heard of Joe Fairless? All right, right on. Who's actually listened to the Best Ever show at some point? Okay, right on. Well, I appreciate all your listens. We're going to keep working on it. We're going to optimize it. And I got some exciting announcements. First, Pascal Wagner. He's going to be producing a weekly show talking about the LP perspective, what it's like to be an LP, and what we can do to optimize our portfolios. That's going to be an exciting show. Matt Faircloth. Matt Faircloth's got a new show coming up. The Next Level CRE with Matt Faircloth. That's an entrepreneurial show. If you want to build your business once a week, you got Matt Faircloth on the stage. The famous John Chang. This is my boy right here from Marcus & Millichap, Senior VP of Research and Insights at Marcus & Millichap. Dude collects more data than anybody else in the country because Marcus & Millichap does more transactions than anybody else in the country. And he has all that data, and he delivers it to your ears once a week through his show, The Horizon with John Chang. And coming back to the podcast after a 3-year hiatus, Joe Fairless is going to have a weekly show as well. So if you haven't listened in a while, give us a try, experiment with us, and we're going to try to keep delivering shareable, meaningful insights to your ears. The Best Ever newsletter has been growing. We are growing at 5% a week, and the reason for that is we finally figured out we should not just be regurgitating our podcast. If you want to hear 7 days worth of podcasts in a small soundbite summary, you've got it there in the newsletter, but we're also delivering interesting stories that you're not going to find on BizNow or the CRE Daily on the newsletter. So check it out if you haven't signed up. Tell us what you think if you have signed up, and if you haven't signed up, give it a read for a couple of weeks. We've also got the conference. How's it going so far? It's only been 20 minutes, but can I get some validation? I need it. Thank you. And if you haven't checked out the digital community, this is not Feedloop. This is not Feedloop, which is the community for this event exclusively. If you are at the conference right now, you have free access to our, I shouldn't say it, but our digital community for year-round engagement where we can all connect and stay around with each other every year. And if you're coming next year to the Best Ever Conference, sales open up the end of the day for Best Ever Conference 2026. You'll get another free year of the Best Ever community where we are delivering exclusive insights and community members can engage. We've got sub-communities. We're talking to different folks out there to have individuated communities that are restricted for just LPs or multifamily or what have you. Almost done, guys. So that's all of our content and community. We want to support your businesses as well. And as I look around outside of the sponsors, there's different opportunities to work with accountants and securities attorneys, and we don't want to enter that space. But I'm a GP myself. I've done $500 million in self-storage. I've done a little multifamily. I've built some stuff, developed some stuff, done about $100 million of development. And here's some things that I've never seen solutions for our mid-market commercial real estate space. Captive insurance. Who here is freaked out about property insurance or has had a moment where they've been freaked out about property insurance? How about we stop paying the commercial carriers and we create our own insurance policy? We're all here together. We can have our own captive insurance where we manage our own risk, manage our own costs, and share that risk amongst ourselves and customize it amongst ourselves. I would love to hear from you. If you have any interest in creating your own balance sheet of insurance, we actually have somebody talking about captive insurance tomorrow. His name's Jerry Messick. Very excited to see what he presents. But if we can create a captive insurance plan together, we'll all manage our risk more, spend less, and create a larger balance sheet. Property tax appeals. Anybody do that? I had to do 58 in 1 year. 58 in 1 year. Once again, if we can pool our resources together, we can do property tax appeals together. So if this is of interest to you, I want to hear from you. Check out the Best Ever table. Leave a note for me if you can't find me. I want to hear from you. Fundraising, capital as a service. Now, there's a lot of marketing out there. There's a lot of back end out there, fund administration, but capital raising as a service. If this is something you need help with, we want to hear from you. And lastly, talent solutions. If you are hiring, there's really no hiring agency out there for a company that fundraises in the mid-market retail capital syndication space. So whether you are looking for somebody to manage your family office or you're looking for investor relations people, where do you go for a very niche recruiting service? So we've got that already here. In fact, Allie Click is walking around. She's done a couple of placements this year and gotten great reviews. If you would like to work with us on hiring your next position and you don't see another recruiting agency that's doing it for you, we are undercutting the competition on price because we're making our rounds on capital elsewhere, and we are delivering great results because we are focusing on the retail capital syndication business model, which is different than an institutional model or one that's backed by a big check. So if you'd like help with your IR team, with your fundraising team, with your investment accounting team, whatever it is, come check us out, say hi. And with that, folks, I'm all done.